Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CHH Hysteria. I am your host, Cole.
And I'm your co-host, Cooper.
And today we are here with the one and only Hulvey. It's such a blessing to have you on. Thank you for coming on, bro.
What's good, y'all? Man, I'm excited, man. I remember we linked up a couple of months ago at a show, and now we're doing an interview, so I'm excited. Thank y'all for having me.
It was a great show.
Yeah, so as many of you know, Hulvey dropped a surprise EP on Friday called COMA. It is a really fire project that I personally really cannot stop listening to, and I love it so much. So let's get right into the questions. So my first question for you is, what inspired you to make this project, and what does it mean to you?
Yeah, so in 2019, I was in my driveway, and I remember I was reading in scripture, and there was a verse, I think it's in like John 1, where it talks about like, it used a phrase, and it had the words morning light in it. And I remember I was reading it, and it was basically for me, I don't remember the exact wording, so I don't want to like get it off, but I remember reading it and being like, dang, man, like Jesus is the morning light. And I remember having this epiphany of like, dang, like I need to make a project. At the time, I was going to call it Morning Light. I need to make a project that shows that, you know what I mean? That shows him being like the light in the morning that comes and like, you know, like truly saves us. And I worked on it, but then I never dropped. And obviously it wasn't the exact same as it is now, but there's certain songs on it now that were on it before. And yeah, man, so that was kind of the inspiration, was just the idea that, bro, like he is the morning light. And I was just so captivated by that concept of that, because I feel like we can see it in nature. Like when we wake up in the morning, we can see the pink skies and be reminded like, oh dang, like that's also who he is in my life. Like in the dark moments, like, man, you know, you finally see the morning light, and you're at peace with God. And so, yeah, hope that kind of answers that question. But
yeah, that plays into your album cover too, I feel like. And I love the cover. Kevin killed it for real.
Yeah, thank you.
COMA obviously tells a story. What is the story that you're telling with COMA?
Yeah, so the story is of a man, but of a man who is drowning or floating in the ocean, and he's in a coma. And it's really a symbolism of that. Coma is a symbolism of like being asleep spiritually, and for any believer, like going through the motions and just feeling like they're doing the same thing over and over again. And it's basically, yeah, that story. And throughout the project, it's really like just an expression of self-reflection of like things that I'm hungry for, or things that I'm starting to realize about myself. Like even in Humble Me, just asking God to humble me, or in Matthew's song, like, Lord, like make me a disciple, because these are things that I'm realizing that I need, you know what I'm saying? And so the whole project, I think, is just a self-realization and a story of like coming to realize how much we need God, and like coming to realize like, dang, like I'm asleep, like being willing to admit it, you know what I'm saying? Because recently, even for me, I've been self-reflecting a lot and just realizing like, dang, Lord, like I'm asleep. I want to wake up. I don't want to be lukewarm. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's kind of like the story, the project.
Yeah, I love that story. I mean, like, I feel like that's something that most Christians come to a lot, you know? Not wanting to be lukewarm and realizing that lately they have been. I know I'm there a lot, and this music's super relatable, so I love it. But there's a lot of experimental sounds, I feel like, in here. What inspired you to go this route of like the sounds?
Oh yeah. Honestly, bro, I just wanted to make a pure like expression. You know what I mean? I wanted the music to be a pure expression of who I am, without feeling like it had to be too commercial or anything. And so, yeah, that's kind of what this project was sonically, was just like not feeling pressed to make music that had to do a certain amount of streams, or you know what I mean? And so, and then sonically, I mean, I feel like Kanye inspires me, but also like John Bellion, Josh Garrels, and I feel like you get to hear some of those influences, like more folk guitar type influences and stuff. And so, yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like on this one, I really just dug into what I really love. You know what I mean? And I wanted to make more like journey music, not just like singles, but like stuff that takes you on a journey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it worked out great because I love this project. It's so it's so unique, you know. So I just love every song on it. Every song has a purpose. I love it. Like I said, it is a journey for real. I think you really hit that really well. And something that Noah Brown pointed out to me was that Coma transitions very well into the song Eternal. Was this on purpose?
Yes, it was on purpose.
So,
And here's what's crazy. So it was supposed to be. I guess it's really showing everybody like Coma was supposed to be a part of the old album.
mm,
It was all supposed to be this, like what it is now. It was supposed to have that concept before, and we had scrapped it. So it's kind of cool because originally Eternal was track 2 of the old project, and Coma was track 1. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? And so I don't know. I thought that was really cool, getting to almost like go in the next one, but then show like what could have been, and then like what, where I was at. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I thought that was cool to keep in there.
No, yeah, that's super cool. When that was pointed out to me, I was blown away. Was this project? A lot of these songs come from like the era of like the I think it's you called it Keep Breathing, right? With like Other Side and stuff. Is that like the same project that you took a lot of this stuff from then, or is it from something else?
Yeah. So yes, it was. Keep Breathing wasn't gonna be like a album or anything. Keep Breathing was just like that, and that time period of just
Mm.
what I was communicating, especially in like Other Side, Heaven Up Above, and Reasons, that package. But yeah, it was kind of a part of that era. Some yeah, I really would call it the Morning Light era, as in I was making an EP that was gonna be called Morning Light. And yeah, I had Crack the Tomb, I had Coma, I had Holes, I've had Came For Me for a little bit, but I think I made Came For Me the same day I made Washed in the Blood.
Mm.
So yeah, I had a good little bit of songs. I had the story and everything. So honestly, we had scrapped it because me and Ace had heard. Ace had called me. He was like, man, he's like, I think we could go harder. He had heard Juice WRLD's album. And he was like, man, I feel like he heard the bar and he was like, man, I think we could go harder. But now it's cool because I think Coma, as I got to sit with it and tighten it, like I think it became something so dope. Like Crack the Tomb, like bro, we have so many versions of that song. Um, um, Even Matthew's song, just really tapping in on that and making that like a journey and a beautiful story. So yeah, we put in a lot of work to make this thing right. It was always there, but now it feels like complete, you know?
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad
Yeah.
you never let go of that. I'm glad it actually came out, and that's cool. And you're able to come back to some music that was originally scrapped and actually release it. That's really cool.
Yeah, as we said before, there are a lot of like experimental sounds, but are there like any creative choices that you made that with the album that you really loved, or that you feel as if people are overlooking or not appreciating enough?
Ooh, great question. Actually, yeah, I feel like on Humble Me, I actually produced it.
Oh
Me
wow.
and
Okay.
me and Blaine Stevens, Justice, and Ace. But like me and Blaine kind of made the original loop and stuff. So I was one of the producers on there. You know the part where it's like, like it's like a little like
Mm.
synth run and stuff. Like I
Yeah.
played that. Like I played the
Oh
bass,
nice.
stuff like that. And then Blaine played like a stack bass. But I think just the beat for that, I don't know. I'm really proud of it, and I feel like there's just like some cool creative decisions, even that Ace put in there, that I really feel like are, I don't know. I think they're really dope. I'm not asking for credit though. I think at the end of the day, I'm just thankful people are hearing it. So if stuff is slept on, it's slept on. But I think people
Right.
would dig in. I think for me, the biggest part that I want people to grasp is the story, and I think people are starting to really grasp it. What did y'all get out of that? Out of the story, what was y'all's takeaway from like the project and the concept?
Like you said, I thought it was about someone, specifically Coma made me think that it was about someone like struggling, just in general. But I thought it was about a guy who just wanted to, who was struggling and then like wanted to be better as a Christian. like a better Christian. That term gets thrown around a lot, but
Yeah,
like he just
yeah.
wanted to grow in his faith. So
Yeah, to me, like Holes and Matthew's song specifically stuck out to me. They're like worship songs, you know, like for real, like, but like super vulnerable. You know, I can really relate to a lot of the stuff that's being said. You know, like the part where you're talking about like praying for the people that hurt you in church and Holes, and there's just a lot of stuff there because like I kind of said in the beginning interview, like I struggle with lukewarmness a lot at times. So like this project, you know, being all about that and coming back to God is something that like I'll be able to come back to all the time. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much what I got out of it. But yeah. So you said you produced some of which one was it? Holes, right?
Humble Me.
No,
I
Humble Me.
produced. You know, like really, a lot of the songs I definitely am still super like I'm super in the weeds on the production. On like most on a lot of it. So I really feel like, yeah, man, I'm kind of like an executive producer in a way where I like to overlook it and tie it all in. So yeah.
Am I forgetting this wrong? Did you executively produce Restoration? No,
No.
okay. Cool.
I wrote on some stuff, but I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
Cool. Man, I don't know where I got that from. But anyways, ignore that.
No, you're good.
So you're in the weeds in production. That's really cool. Can't wait. Yeah, I didn't know that about you. So you got married in May, I want to say, right? Was it May?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so congratulations
May, yeah.
about that, by the way.
Thank you.
Has being married changed your outlook on life in any way? And has it affected your music in any way? And how so?
Oh yeah, bro. It's. I mean, dude, it's helped me change my whole mindset on life because you start to like see the parts in you that need to grow the most. And so for me, like recently, I've just been like, dang, bro, I got a lot of things in me that I got to let God heal. I got to watch my tongue. You know what I'm saying? Just all that. Just realizing like, dang, I didn't know. It's like you don't know how deeply you're in need of him until you really get one-on-one with somebody all the time. And so, yeah, bro, I'm learning just how much I need God, man. And I'm also learning his grace. Like the way my wife loves me, I don't deserve it. And I think that's like really doing something to me, man. Like, yeah, bro, just that undeserving grace and love. Like it fuels me to want to love other people, like so much. Like it fuels me to just want to love people the way he loves me. You know, like the way God loves me makes me want to love people. And my wife is such a direct example of that. So yeah, bro, it's been a blessing.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. And that's crazy because that's actually one of the main things I've learned from marriage too, is like how these flaws you have that you kind of know you have, but you don't realize how much you have them until you're married. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of cool that you had a similar thing.
So obviously you did a surprise drop, almost like you just kind of announced it and then you dropped it. So was there like, why did you decide to do a surprise drop? Like, was there a reason behind it, or was it just kind of like a spur of the moment thing?
Oh
like,
yeah,
heck yeah, I just
yeah,
wanna
man.
drop it?
Yeah. There's a lot that went into choosing to do it. I think there's a couple of things. One, we were really trying to figure out how to roll it out, and it just, when we were trying to figure out, I felt like we didn't find that right thing that made it feel like, because we didn't have music videos. You know what I'm saying? We were just trying to figure out like, man, what's gonna communicate this? And I guess it hit us like, bro, what if we just drop it out the sky? Like, I feel like there's no better way to really push what you're doing than to just put it in somebody's face right there. And so for us, I felt like it was the most effective way of communication. But also, I think it just engaged the fans the most. And it made them feel, I think it made people feel, I don't know, it showed people that we care. You know what I'm saying? Not like about the fun of it too. Like, I don't know, I get really excited when artists that I love like do creative things to just show they care. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, that's dope. Thank you for that. Like that was a joy to get to like watch happen. Like it was a joy to watch this project roll out. So yeah, man. And I just thought it was a beautiful moment to serve the people, bruh. And also the other thing, which is probably the biggest thing, is for us, our motto has just been, man, this is God's project. So for us, we were like, man, I want to let God be the one who pushes this thing. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to put all this promo on it and make it feel so industry. It's just like, man, let's just give it to the people and let God work. And I mean, I'm still learning how to fully surrender in that way, but I think this has been a dope way to learn it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a great question, man.
Yeah, I don't know about Cooper, but like when surprise drops happen, that's like my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
thing that happens.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than like, you know, you have an artist you love that like 3 weeks ago you had no idea what was dropping, and then now you just have the whole project. It's just crazy. You know,
Yeah.
you can't beat that.
Yeah. Can't beat that feeling. And then as you were making the album, you said that you like executively produced it. Did you have a song like that that was your favorite? And then if like has that changed since you produced it?
And real quick, I think it's me and Ace. Ace definitely still oversees everything, so we're kind of working in tandem. But yeah, man, it switched a lot. I think at one point, I think Matthew's song was definitely like my favorite, but I think that they're all special to me. I think Holes means a whole lot to me. Like right now, I'm not listening to that one as much. I think Let Go of Me I've been playing a lot, but Holes like really, that one really sits with me in a different way, I think, than all the stuff that I've made. Crack the Tune means a lot to me too, because Tori's on there. I mean, that's one of my best friends, and he killed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sounds crazy.
Yeah.
so I don't know, man. Like, I love the project. I feel like the project to me is a whole body. I don't think you can have one song without the other. Even a lot of people, I mean, are telling me that their favorite is Came From Me, and so I'm like, man, I'm getting a lot of different, perspectives. What's y'all's favorite song?
I think I have to go Matthew's song because of how beautiful it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I agree with you that every song real good, but my two favorites probably Matthew's song and Holes. Unless if I'm trying to turn up, then Crack the Tune.
Yeah.
Goes crazy.
Yo, if y'all had one more question to ask, what would y'all ask?
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Oh,
You have to
God.
fight it. You can't
Yeah,
run away.
you can't run away. You're
Right,
trapped in
right.
an arena.
Oh, shoot,
Bloodthirsty crowd.
Bloodthirsty.
bro. This is a great question. You know what? I'm thinking the horse-sized duck. I think I'm going to take it out by the legs
Okay.
and then work from there. I don't know. I feel like I get beat up. I feel like if it was 100 duck-sized horse, I think I'd get stampeded.
Probably.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, I think I'll
That
agree
would
with
suck.
you.
That'd be a bad day.
I feel like if you meet a horse-sized duck, it'd be a bad day anyways. I mean,
Yeah.
an angry one. If it's like in a zoo, it's cool. But like, come on. Bad day
That's
either
a
way.
great
Yeah.
question. Sheesh,
right.
bro. Thank y'all so much for having me, man. This was a blast. Thank y'all.
All right, yeah, thank you so much again. Be sure
Yes,
to
thank
stream
you.
COMA.